Man, I'm like rocking out to that music, man. So we got a brand new intro. We got a brand new intro. The Matt show is it's evolving. It's growing.
It's evolving. Yes.
It's becoming its own thing, an entity in itself. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, my buddy El Presidente, Matt Mitchelson. Who is? Oh, hold on. You were compared to royalty. It was Prince.
Prince. Who was the? Is that William? Prince William?
Yeah.
So I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, we got feedback.
Ooh, we did. Yeah. So I feel. I don't know how I feel, honestly, Matt. How would you feel if you were compared to Prince William? I mean, I was.
Tough call.
I was taken a little bit aback. I'm American, I'm not British.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely that layer in there.
1776 is still fresh in my mind. So
seems like it was yesterday. Seems like it was yesterday. So for those of you that are just lost in the sauce right now, there was a question out of Matt episode 1. Have you ever been compared to or told that you look like someone famous, right? And one of the responses that Matt got was he looks like Prince William. So I thought that was funny. We were talking about that earlier this week. Thought it was funny, worth bringing up for sure. Did anyone name your car for you?
So no one did. No one actually got back to me about naming my car other than Rust Bucket.
Toe Mater.
Toe Mater, exactly. What about you, though, Matt? Did anybody say that you look like someone famous? I mean, we didn't really talk about that.
I have drawn comparisons in the past. I'm flattering, some not so much. But when I wear a baseball cap, I've been compared to Vanilla Ice, and so my wife says that's a good thing. I guess he's a handsome fella, but I like the real estate side of it. He's a bit of a real estate mogul now, but so I look like, I guess I look like Vanilla Ice with a hat on. A guy at the gym used to tell me that I looked like the dude that plays Superman. I don't know which one, but I've gotten that comparison before. Used to do like the slick hair to the off to the side type deal, so maybe that's why really drove it home. Yeah.
So I'm gonna start calling you Superman. You know that now, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Clark Kent.
Clark Kent. I used to wear. Funny enough, I used to wear glasses, and I did get called Clark Kent a lot back then. Before the military paid to fix my eyes.
So for the next show, we're going to want to see a picture of you in your Clark Kent glasses. You know that, right?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to find one. I'm really gonna have to go into the archives there. I was just a young lad, 20. What was I? 26. That was 10 years ago. 11.
Did you ever have to wear the BCGs?
Oh yeah, totally wore BCGs, and even had when I was wearing glasses, one day a week was BCG week. You know what I mean? So or BCG day, I should say. So Fridays, for instance, every Friday, just in tribute to the BCGs, in honor to them, I would wear them again. I would don them as my PPE and visual aid device. So yeah, it was they were great. I loved them. I don't know what all the fuss was about. I thought they were very fashionable, fashion forward. And, anyone that says otherwise is just not comfortable with their own fashion sense. It's like you should embrace the BCG.
Absolutely.
It was an era. I was really sad when I got down to Lackland to be an MTI that they had done away with the BCGs and they started giving them normal mainstream looking glasses. It really just kind of killed the vibe.
My father did 24 or 26 years in the military. So he was enlisted Air Force and then he became an officer in the Navy. And there was not a day that went by, at least when I was a young boy, that I didn't see him wear his BCGs every day. going into work. So they
There's a
were
man that
stable.
knew. He just knew.
He just
He's
knew.
comfortable in his fashion sense. I
Absolutely.
can respect that a lot.
Yeah.
As too many people just, I don't know, they're just so self-conscious, I guess, worried about what other people think. Speaking of what other people think, we'd love to hear your feedback on the Matt Show. Please drop us a comment. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what you'd like to see in the segment. I think we have a pretty fun segment to do after we get through some updates on the organization called Superhero Superfight, as you can see in the title of the episode. And I'm excited about this one. I think that there's a good opportunity for some audience participation on this. So with that said, we are live today, El Presidente. We are live today, and it's exciting. I'm pretty jazzed up for it. I want to get through some updates on the organization, though. So I'm going to turn it over to you to kind of let the audience know what's going on with Lazy Lab Hunting Club going forward.
Matt, there's so much always going forward, right? I think the one of the most immediate updates that I can provide to you is we now have our new celebrity chef who will be a guest for the hunt for Jason in June. So the SoCal hunt, the team is coming together, and I feel very happy and very pleased with who will be contributing. And as of maybe 20-30 minutes ago, we now have Mr. Jeremiah. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, now the timing's off a little bit. I was going to ask if it rhymed with Schmorden Schmamsy or.
I'm still working that. I'm still trying to get Mr. Ramsey there, but no, we've got the Macgyver Brothers, believe it or not. So Jeremy and John Macgyver, they're going to be coming from Arizona and Wyoming, respectively. And they're going to put on a wonderful smorgasbord of delicious treats, good barbecue and all that during that hunt. So I'm really excited for them to be there.
Very exciting. Do they have some sort of fancy, not fancy, but some sort of clever, hacky way to cook things? Like, hey, I look at that old TV antenna. I can turn that into a grill and cook meat over it.
I'm going to have to ask him. So John specifically was a professional chef for 15 plus years. So I will reach out to him and see if there's something fun and exciting we can do while we're in Paso Robles. I'm sure there is.
At the very least, we can do some sort of video segment or skit where he is cooking like MacGyver would cook, right? And we could we could do like the whole MacGruber thing. If it doesn't play, just kind of play it off as a spoof, but we'll figure it out. We'll do something creative.
Absolutely. I guess the other big thing to let our listeners and the viewers know is that, it's official. We are working with the Cleveland Browns. For those of you who may not be Cleveland Browns fans, I will say that I am a huge fan of the Cleveland Browns now. Wonderful people. When you get to learn about the organization and the people that are part of the organization, just incredible people. They actually care about our veterans. They care about what we're doing with our unique outdoor therapy. And so we have 8 fishing charters lined up between the months of July all the way through October. And that'll all take place at Lake Erie. And I know, Matt, you're going to be there I will be there. Put a good show on. And we're excited. We're going
to do an awesome interview on the lake. And I think it's going to be nice. I think it's going to be really nice. I'm going to ask the tough questions. I'm going to ask about Super Bowl championships.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to ask about how it, do they feel a sense of originality in being in Cleveland, or do they feel like an expansion team? I would argue, based on watching the games over the last several years, that they do feel like they are the Cleveland Browns.
Absolutely.
And that the division rivals still view the Ravens as the least likable team in the division. I should hope. And second would be Cincinnati, And then, really just a bunch of class acts in Pittsburgh. Really just good people, down to earth, very
so for all of our viewers and listeners, we have to put this in context, because let make no mistake that Mr. Matt Kuchera, Superman Clark Kent right here, is a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Let it be well known. So I love the rivalry.
There's phenomenal. It's a family thing, right? So, my family came over to the United States in the at the heels of like Depression and when World War II. We came over at that point in our history, and we're just modest dairy farmers from Czechoslovakia, and we like football. So it became, we settled down in Western PA, where naturally you're going to follow the local team in those days, because that's what you can watch. It's a little different for people these days, but became Steeler fans then. I'm a third generation Steelers fan. It's just it runs in the blood, black and gold. Same with the Penguins. They won last night. Great organization. And then we had this team that pretends to play baseball in the Pittsburgh Pirates, which, if anything, it just kind of, it toughens you up, right? When you have two organizations like the Penguins and the Steelers who are just successful year in and year out, you got to have a Pirates. You got to have that team in your back pocket as well to kind of toughen you up and keep you humble. So.
But Matt, you grew up being a baseball player, right? So don't you love the Pirates? Or I mean, that was
with all my heart, man.
Yeah,
they are. They break it every year, and I love them. I particularly, I'm a huge fan of the team this year, and really, it's the approach to the game that they're taking, like really focused on defense. They are of the mindset and want to bring the attitude that you are going to have to earn every out against them, because they're going to hustle down the line. They're going to, and that's something that's been away from baseball for a long time, right? That's so to see Major League Baseball players running out routine ground balls like they have a chance at getting an infield hit, I love seeing that. I love seeing young guys get a chance to play, and let's see what we have. It's been good. It's been a rough couple of years over the last 7 years as we try to kind of cling on to a playoff run, but whatever. Yeah. We are where we are. Still bitter about the Chris Archer trade. That was a brutal one. We're paying for that it seems like every day I can watch MLB Network and someone from that trade is doing something great for the Tampa Bay Rays, and Chris Archer he's on the Tampa Bay Rays again. So that came full circle as the worst trade in the history of the franchise, which has been around since the 1800s. No big deal.
No big deal. Oh man. Well, I will tell you that growing up in, just outside of Oakland, born in Alameda, love Oakland. I am a diehard Oakland A's fan. I believe every year that they're going to win the World Series, and I will stay with them till the day I die. However, if they move to Las Vegas, I will be honest with you, I'm going to be so mad about that moving my Oakland A's. I really hope that doesn't happen, but we'll see.
I hope it doesn't happen for you, but it won't be the first time. I also the city of Oakland is really not done right by the A's in helping them stay there, because I think that they've made effort to stay there, and it's not worked out as I understand it. It's tough. I mean, a lot of respect for supporting your team. This is a fun story. When I first met my wife, she was wearing she's from Phoenix, Arizona. And she was wearing a shirt. It's like, kiss me, I'm a D-backs fan, right? And I said, how can you wear a shirt like that, like for such a bad team? I was talking, trash at that point in time. And she said, well, what kind of fan would I be if they were in the cellar at that time? Like the team was in last place. They were horrible. Yeah. She goes, what kind of fan would I be if I just abandoned them while they're down? It was her response to me. She could have talk trash about the Pirates, or hey, who's your team? No, that's not what she said. She went the loyalty route, and instant points with me. Instant points. I was like, respect. Okay. To be fair, your team has won a World Series before, since my team has last won one. So, okay, so we have gotten a little bit off the rails, but that's okay. Hopefully, sports fans, you've been entertained by the conversation. Let's get to the segment here, right?
Absolutely, let's do it.
We've titled episode 2 Superhero Superfight. I have this game, right? This game is called Superfight. I'm going to hold it up in the screen here. It's called Superfight. It's a game of absurd arguments. And basically you have 2 kind of cards, right? You have a deck of white cards, which are your character cards. You have a deck of black cards, which are your attribute cards. So what I'm going to do for everyone is I'm going to pull out the way you play. You pull 3 cards. Each player pulls 3 cards from each deck, and then you select one of those 3 from each of the different colors. So I'm going to pull for our buddy here, El Presidente, and I'm going to tell him what kind of characters he's been gifted.
I love it.
And he's going to pick a character, and then I'm going to pull his attributes, and I'll read those out, and he can pull those as well. So here are, excuse me, proper English, the 3 cards that I pulled for El Presidente from Matt Mitchell, and they are Katniss. I'm gonna turn around so everyone knows I'm not just making this up.
Ooh.
Katniss. So from what's that book series?
The movie. Yeah, the movie's Katniss Everdeen, right? Something like that.
Yep, that's right.
Yep.
I forget the name of the movies. What's the name of the movies?
Hunger Games.
Thank you.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely.
So he's got Katniss. He's got Vampire Slayer. Can only assume Buffy. Yeah. And he's got a pirate. Oh, that's appropriate, right? We're just talking about the pirates.
Ooh.
So these would be his superheroes. All right. So he's going to pick one of these.
Ooh, I'm going to stay true to the sailor that I am, and I'm going to go with pirate, Matt.
Wow, that's appropriate. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got the pirate, and now we're going to pick 3 attribute cards for him. And these define sort of your special skills that you have as a pirate. You're going to pick one of these, and then we're going to pull one from random as well. So he's got driving the Pope Mobile, 3 stories tall, or can summon anything from a hardware store.
Oh, the hardware store, Matt. Let's go with that.
All right, got it. So there's a pirate that can summon anything from a hardware store. Okay, so now we have that. And I'm going to go ahead and pull one at random for you. Not only are you a pirate that can summon anything from a hardware store, but your clothes are way too big. Okay, so those are your attributes. Okay, so you are a pirate who can summon anything from a hardware store, and your clothes are too big. So now I'm going to pick 3 cards at random for myself, and I'm going to show the camera so no one thinks that I've rigged this. Okay, so I am I'm either a billionaire playboy, the Pope, or a hipster. Okay, so I'm going to go with the billionaire playboy. I think it's obvious, right?
Okay.
There's an obvious choice there. Who wouldn't want to be that? And then I'm going to pick my 3 attribute cards.
Let's see them. Let's see.
Yeah, so I can pilot an attack drone. Top half is play another character card from hand, so I can actually pull those back and be the Pope or a hipster if I wanted to. As my top half, but bottom half is billionaire playboy. It doesn't really play that way. Or I could draw a character card as my 500-pound pet. I'm gonna draw a character card as my 500-pound pet. I mean, that just sounds.
Oh yeah.
Why not take that opportunity? So I'll take that, and then I'm gonna draw another character card.
This is awesome.
And I got a 2-for-1 Mario Brothers.
Mario Brothers. Oh.
So I got 500-pound pet Mario Brothers. And I'm going to pick my random attribute card here. I need your help with this one. Agoraphobic. What does that even mean?
Agoraphobic. I need to pull out the dictionary. I have no idea.
We need to look that up. So I'm a billionaire playboy who's agoraphobic. And the Mario Brothers are my 500-pound pets. So now what we do, audience, now that we've got this settled, and I really do need to look up Agoraphobia because it's going to impact the way I play this game. Let's find that out. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm pulling up my phone. I have no idea.
Agoraphobia. What is that? Fear of places and situations that might cause panic, helplessness, or embarrassment. Oh.
Interesting.
That's not really a superpower at all.
Not at all. Almost that sounds like your kryptonite, Superman.
It sounds bad.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Huh. Having an extreme or irrational fear of anything open or crowded places, of leaving one's home, or being in places from which escape is difficult. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well,
here we go. I don't know what the audience would think, but I'm almost inclined to let you pick a different attribute. I don't know. What do you think?
What do they say in Happy Gilmore? You got to play it as it lies. Okay.
Play it as it lies. Okay.
I got to play it as it lies. So this is the another cliche. This is the hand I've been dealt.
Oh. Here you go.
So, okay. So you are a pirate, which can summon anything from a hardware store, and your clothes are way too big. Yep. I'm a billionaire playboy, agoraphobic, with 2 500-pound Mario Brothers. So this is going to be an argument between the two of us on who would win in a super fight, mine or yours. And then the audience is going to decide. Okay, they're going to decide who wins this thing. So I'll let you make your opening argument as to why your superhero would beat my superhero in a fight.
All right. So, Matt, very first thing is that a pirate is a sailor. And we all know that sailors could beat up on any airman, any Marine, any soldier. I'm just going to throw that out there. But more than that, they are manly men. Pirates are just the toughest there are, right? And so with his ability to summon anything from a hardware store, and the fact that you have 2 500-pound Mario Brothers, all he would have to do is go into Ace Hardware, get a smoker, grab some charcoal, maybe some wood pellets, I'm not sure, and just start cooking up, some good food for those Mario Brothers. They're just going to eat the whole time. They're not going to be part of this fight whatsoever. So, and then as a playboy, let's be honest. I mean, Tony Stark is probably the playboy that comes to mind, right? For all us Marvel fans out there, he's nothing without his tech, without, his assets, right? So if he doesn't have his Mario Brothers, a pirate would beat him hands down, any day and twice on Sunday. So I think your argument is not going to fashion into anything, but I don't think you have an argument here at all. So I'm going to feed your Mario Brothers. They're out of the picture, and you got a weakling in the background. So I don't know, buddy. I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm going to leave it up to you.
So that's your argument?
Oh, anchors away, Matt. Anchors away. That's all I'm going to say. So.
Got it. Well, first, let me start by dismantling your argument, and then let me propose my argument as to why I would win this thing. First of all, pirates being manly men, does that also include the portrayal of Johnny Depp as a pirate?
Absolutely.
Where there's long hair, bandana, eyeliner, kind of afraid of a fight, kind of runs from a fight all the time. That would be the pirate that I'm thinking of. And then also wears like loose frilly clothing and way too many accessories like bracelets, rings, necklaces, all that stuff. None of that is really screaming manly man to me, but that's that. And if you go like on the It's a Small World ride, if you go on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, those 3 pirates are being outsmarted by a dog, which most certainly has mange.
Yes.
So they don't seem like they're too wise, and they have a bit of a substance abuse problem as well, pirates, kind of notoriously. So in this case, like, your pirate is certainly going to fall into those stereotypical pirates, I would imagine, in this instance. And the clothes are way too big. So your ability to maneuver is not going to be very good. And that's going to come up later in a second here when I pose my argument. Now, You had mentioned a billionaire playboy. Tony Stark definitely comes to mind. If I'm a billionaire, I have unlimited, for the most part, I virtually unlimited resources. And in this case, I would definitely use those to create tech that I can then use to fight against villains or pirates who have clothes that are way too big that love to hang out in hardware stores. For some reason, the movie Dodgeball is coming to mind when I think about pirates that hang out in hardware stores. Yar. But yeah, I do have this thing where I'm agoraphobic, right? So I don't really want to leave my house because that feels safe. So what I did instead was I created 2 Iron Man-like suits for my Mario Brothers. And so now I have 2 500-pound Iron Man Mario Brothers out there looking for things to jump on, right? And the thing about that is that if they eat a mushroom, then they get double in size. So now they're 1,000-pound Mario Brothers.
1,000 pounds. Yeah.
And if they eat like a special flower, they can shoot fireballs. And if they happen to eat a star, they can run at warp speed. And
but Matt, you're bringing other logistics into the conversation. I mean, we didn't say that there was going to be a super flower or a super mushroom.
Offering that as information. I think they're pretty imposing as 500-pound Iron Men as it is, right? So they're in an Iron Man suit.
Okay.
They're 500 pounds each.
Yeah.
They're wrecking machines. I don't even have to do anything. I don't have to leave my home. So the agoraphobia thing is null and void because I can control these 2 Mario pets in their Iron Man suits from the comfort of my living room.
But Matt, I mean, let's make the assumption here, perhaps a grand assumption. But if you are 500 pounds, you probably really enjoy eating. And that's probably your kryptonite. So if I'm in an Ace Hardware, for example, with all of these smokers, all of these grills, I just have to cook up some brisket because we all know, based upon the last episode, you love brisket. And I'm assuming the Mario Brothers also love brisket. If I cook something up, they're just going to want to eat. And maybe
they might want to eat.
They might want to eat.
They also might want to eat a pirate.
I guess who wouldn't want to eat a pirate, Matt? Is really
I would tell you too that I really fear for the safety of your pirate should they get into too much rum and try to operate that machinery.
See, that's one thing. A sailor will never give up his rum willingly. Okay, yeah, even if it's for 2,000-pound Mario Brothers. So
the other part of this is if your clothes are way too big, that's also a fire hazard.
It is a fire hazard. You're right.
So I think, really what it boils down to is the audience has to decide between, do you believe that a pirate who's wearing clothes that makes them look like it's bring your kid to work day, playing with fire, trying to cook. I mean, just imagine smoking enough food to feed 2 500-pound Marios. Come on.
It's a little hard to imagine. It might be a little far-fetched, but hey, pirates are great at everything, Matt. If you go back to Johnny Depp, no one could touch him. He was great at everything, steering a ship.
Always got lucky. He just kind of always, but not.
Luck has nothing to do with it, brother. If you're a sailor, you're not lucky. That's called skill. That's called skill. Okay.
I'm just saying, I would love to hear the audience's comments. Love to see those comments on not only like who won, but how would you have argued, right?
Absolutely.
What pick a side and then add to the argument. Why the billionaire playboy? Why the pirate? But we leave it to you. Does the pirate defeat the 500-pound Iron Man Mario? And if your answer to that is yes, you're wrong. And please never watch this show again. But if your answer is no, and the 500-pound Iron Man wins, welcome to the club. And we'll see you next episode.
So no, don't you do that. So I'm going to put a shout out here. So all my brethren, all my sailor, I know you watch this show. I know you watch the Lazy Lab podcast. You better vote yes, because we all know that sailors are the manliest of men. So they'll win. So I'm calling you out.
It's a tough position that you put them in to choose between pirate, aka outlaw, and government sailor. AKA.
That's true. That's a
tough position you put them in.
I am handcuffing them a little bit, aren't I?
A little bit. A little bit.
I feel bad now saying that.
You're right. Go Mario. Go Mario. Okay, so this has been a fun episode of Matt and Matt. Next episode will be in 2 weeks' time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to head over to lazylabhc.org and throw some money towards the nonprofit, which is generously, selflessly, all voluntarily donating that money to programs, which we get to then spread the love of the outdoors and hunting and fishing excursions to our significantly wounded men and women of service. So we appreciate every ounce of your time. Thank you for being here and spending the last 30 minutes with Matt and myself. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the Matt and Matt Show.
God bless y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Matt, always a pleasure, brother. Always
a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Your Royal Highness Prince William.